Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to share cutting and stitching of this stylish frock. It's a gathered frock. Here you can see I have given gathers on the bottom, and this gathered bottom gives an elegant look to this frock. It is really easy to make and very less stitching involved. So without wasting of time, let's quickly get into the video. For making this frock you have to take total 2.5 meters of fabric. Here I am making this frock in two types of fabric, that is, one is plain and other one is printed fabric for the gathers. And firstly I will cut the top part, and for that here I have cut out the required fabric and I have folded the fabric in 4 layers. You can see it's 4 layers. Okay, and its length is 35 inch in my measurement. That is my total length is 47 inch. Okay, total length of my frock is 47 inch, and I will attach 13 inch of border. So I will deduct 13 inch from the total length, so I will get a 34 inch, and I will add 1 inch for the seam allowance, so I will get a 35 inch. Okay, now start marking. So this is the folded side and this is the open side. Okay, now from the folded side mark half of shoulder length. In my measurement it is 7 inch, so mark 7 inch, and again from the folded side mark 3 inch of neck width. Now this from this point mark half inch downwards for the shoulder slope and join it to the neck width point. Now from this point mark 6.5 inch downwards for the armhole line and draw a straight line. Next I will mark chest round measurement. In my measurement chest round is 41 inch. I will add a 3 inch of loosing, so I will get a 44 inch, and I will deduct it by 4. I will get a 11 inch. So mark 11 inch and draw a straight line like this. Now I am going to draw the armhole curve, and for that just mark the midpoint of this armhole line, that is midpoint of 6.5 inch, and from this corner mark 1.5 inch like this and draw a curved shape. This is for back armhole. Now from this point mark half inch inwards and join it to the shoulder slope. Now from this point mark 1 inch and draw a curved shape through this point for the front armhole curve like this. Now from the top mark a point at 15 inch for the waistline and a point at 22 inch for the hip line, and extend these points. If you are short in height, then mark 14 inch for the waistline and 21 inch for the hip line. Now on this waistline I will mark the waist round measurement. In my measurement waist round is 34 inch, and I will add a losing 3 inch, so I will get a 37 inch, and divide it by 4. I will get a 9.25 inch, so mark 9.25 inch. Now draw a line like this. Now on this line I will mark the hip round measurement. In my measurement hip round is 45 inch. I will add a 3 inch losing, so I will get a 48 inch, divide it by 4. I will get a 12 inch. Mark a 12 inch and draw a line like this, and extend this line up to the bottom with a slanting line, and here I am adding 1.5 inch of seam allowance and extend these points. From this hip line mark length up to the bottom, it's 12.5 inch. Now measure the same length on this line and mark it, and from this point draw a curved shape like this. Now I'll cut it out. Firstly I will cut through the back armhole line. Now make a small cut on this neck width point. Now separate front and back part, and take the front part and fold it properly and cut through the front armhole line. Now take the front part and mark the center. Okay, now from this point Draw a straight line through the center up to the bottom. Now I am going to attach this button placket on this line, and its width is 2 inch, and here I have folded both edges half inch inwards and ironed it. Now place this placket on this line and pin it up and make a stitch on both sides. Now make a stitch on both edges of the placket. After attaching the placket, it will look like this. Now cut the extra fabric. Next I am going to cut bias strip for finishing necklines from this leftover fabric, and for that just draw a cross line like this. Now mark 1 inch from this line and again draw a line and cut it out. So here one strip is ready, but I need 2 strips for front and back neckline. So I will cut one more. Firstly, I will finish front neckline, and for that take the front part and mark the right side of the front part. So this is the right side. Now take one bias strip and just trim the uneven edges. Okay, now just fold one edge of the bias strip half inch inwards like this and make a stitch. Now take the front part and place the bias strip on the neckline like this, facing right side together, and make a stitch all around. Now make small cuts. Now turn this piping towards wrong side and make a stitch. So here I have finished front neckline. Now it will look like this. Now I will finish the back neckline. Now take the back part and the bias strip. Place the bias strip on the neckline like this and just measure it and cut out the required length. Now trim the uneven edge of the bias strip. Okay, again fold one edge of the bias strip half inch inwards and make a stitch. Now take the back part and mark the right side. Now place the bias strip on the neckline by facing right side together and make a stitch. Now make small cuts. I will not finish this back neckline right now. I will finish it after attaching shoulders of front and back part. Okay, I will show you how to stitch it. Now take the front part and place it over the back part by facing right side together like this, and also matches the shoulder line like this. Okay, and overlap it with the piping of a back neckline like this and hold it tightly. Now make a stitch by leaving half inch of seam allowance. Again do the same process for the other side. Just matches the shoulder lines and overlap it with the piping of back neckline like this, and make a stitch by leaving half inch of seam allowance. Now it will look like this. Okay, now I am going to finish this back neckline, and for that just turn it towards the wrong side. Now turn this piping towards the wrong side like this and make a stitch. By doing like this, it will give a finishing look on the shoulder line. So here I have finished necklines and shoulders. Okay. Now I'm going to attach this printed fabric as gathers on the bottom of the frock. Its length is 51 inch and it's on fold. You can see it's 2 layers, that is for front and back part. If you want more gathers or less gathers, then you can increase or decrease the width of the border accordingly. Cut it into 2 pieces. Now I will mark length of the border. In my measurement, ready length is 13 inch and I will add 1 inch for the border folding and half inch for the margin. So I'll get a 14.5 inch. Now mark 14.5 inch and draw a line like this and cut out. Now I will show you how to make gathers. First of all, adjust needle tension of your sewing machine for making basting stitch. Now make a basting stitch by leaving half inch of margin. Now I will show you how to make gathers. For making gathers, just pull out the bobbin thread like this and make gathers evenly. Now take the body part and place this ruffle on the bottom part like this and just matches the ruffle and the bottom. Okay, it's perfectly matches. So here I have finished both the ruffles in the same manner. Now I will show you how to attach it to the body part. First of all, mark right side of the body part. Now take the ruffles and place it over the edge of bottom by facing right side together like this and make a stitch along the edges by leaving half inch of margin. So here I have attached both the ruffles, you can see. Now it will look like this. Next I am going to finish armhole lines on both sides. Okay. Here I have cut out some bias tapes from the leftover fabric for finishing the armhole line. First of all, I will join these bias tape pieces together for making a long. If you have enough clothes, then you can cut one piece bias tape. Okay. Just place it over it like this. Okay, and make a stitch here. Now take one strip and trim uneven edges. Now fold one edge of wire strip half inch inwards and make a stitch. Now take one bias strip and place it over the armhole line and make a stitch. Now make small cuts. Now turn this piping towards the wrong side like this and make a stitch. So here one side is finished and repeat the same process for the other side. So here I have finished both armhole lines. Now I am going to stitch both sides by leaving 1.5 inch of margin. So here I made the stitch. Now it will look like this. Okay, now I am going to finish the bottom. For finishing the bottom, just double fold the fabric like this and make a stitch all around. And finally my frock is ready, and this frock is incomplete without buttons, so I will attach these buttons on the placket. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and see you soon with another video. Bye.